Good morning, another Margarete Miller Collage challenge. Well, it was a good job I checked today, because where it says a line from a poem or song, I chose something, I think it was from Luxembourg, but it said something about the kiss of death when I translated it, so it was a really good job that I checked, and I ended up with something about love and summer. So that's a little bit better. But today's prompts are something ornate, so I've picked something a little bit different for that. A bottle or glass, a herb or other fragrant plant, so I've kind of got those two joined together. A line from a poem or song, which I just explained. A piece of ribbon, and a bonus is a label. So not sure I'll be using the bonus. So anyway, let's get started and see what I did. There we are. Let's light our candles. Got these new ones and they smell of roses and they're really, really lovely. So I thought I'd light one of those today and just relax. How is everybody? I've had a really lovely week. It was my birthday. I got really spoiled. I guess you might have seen the pictures on Instagram. So that was lovely. All right, let's have a look at what we've got then today. All right, something ornate. So I cut out this picture of, I think it's one of those brooches they used to wear. So we're going to use that. A bottle or glass, and then a herb or fragrant other plant. So I found this illustration of, I think it's a piece of olive tree inside a glass bottle, and I really like that. So I think I'm going to use that. Obviously I'm going to have to cut it down because you can see how enormous it is. But I love that by the window. You know I love my windows, so I'm going to use that. Now I've got a line from a poem. So hilarious. I'm so glad I checked because I've got a whole load of these little pages that came out of a little book. And the first one I picked, it sounded good. It was this one. I don't know how to say it. Levra, bear queen mort, but it actually means something about the kiss of death. So, yep, won't be using that one. Okay, and so then I've got this one, Visons amour, anisons I don't know, but it says it's a proverb, and it actually means life without love. I knew amour was love, but life without love, year without summer. So I thought that was nice, and it kind of goes in with my olive tree. Olive trees are in summer. Glass bottle by an open window kind of all fits in, so that's nice. A piece of ribbon, so I've got a red piece, and then I've also got this little piece of rose ribbon. I'm not sure which one I'll actually use yet, or what I'm going to do with it all, so it'll be a little bit of trial and error. I did have a little bit of a play around because I had something else beforehand, which was this glass jar and a different herb, and then I saw this in a magazine last night and I thought, no, I'm really going to use that. So now I have to make it fit. So let's get started. So first of all, I'll move my candle out the way so I don't set anything on fire. Let's move that over there. So I'll be able to see it now, but you won't. There we go. Oh, you can just see the rose. Smells so, so beautiful. I had this one burning last night while I was doing some work on another journal that I'm making. So anyway, let's get started. Let's have a look here. So make sure you're in. Yeah, so it's going to be way, way too big. I think I want more of the glass jar. Yeah, so if I cut it off there, I think I might get a ruler. Kind of keep it a little bit straight to start with and see how we go. Don't want too many straight edges, I guess. And I can, you know, I can get rid of the poem. That doesn't matter, or what it says there, because That's got nothing to do with what we're doing today. That was just what the lady had to say about it that had it set up like that. Kept in mind that this is our family home long term. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so that will kind of fit across. But then again, I'm using the whole page. I seem to do that a lot. Let's make this a little bit shorter. This came from a country style magazine, in case anybody wants to know. But it was an old one I got. I think I've told you before that I get magazines, I don't know, 5 or 10 for $1 in the second-hand shop. And this was in there yesterday, so that's good. I got 5 for $1 yesterday. And basically I just go through, have a look at them. Sometimes I get ideas for what I want to do in my own place, although my place is pretty well finished. I don't change stuff around that much. Just the, you know, I change the decor around, but nothing else much. And then, yeah. But it gives you ideas, doesn't it, to move something around. Like, for instance, I don't have, my fireplace is not a fireplace. Well, we bricked it up at the back. Because when we first moved in here, we had a little mouse that came to visit, and we were like, oh my goodness, where is he coming from? And then we found out there was a hole down the back of the fireplace. So my husband bricked the back of the fireplace up. I'll try and take a picture of it one day. Anyway, he bricked the back of the fireplace up, and we've got like a little electric one now that sits in front, and it's just enough for us because it's only the two of us. And then I saw in a magazine that somebody put a mirror in the fireplace, and it looks really, really effective. So I thought, yep, maybe I'll do that, and I have done that, so that's good. All right, let's do that. And then I'm wondering if we could have, this is a little big, but I'm wondering if I could have that sort of hanging off of the tree with a little bit of ribbon, like so. It is a little big. Something ornate. So that hanging off of there, and then we've also got, so if I got another piece of ribbon, I could sort of have it looking like it had these hanging off if I sort of cut them around. Let's see what that will look like. Yeah, so yeah, I put that mirror in the back of the fireplace, and actually looks really nice, and it kind of reflects the rest of the room. We really like it. Makes the room look bigger. It's not a big house that we're in now. Got just a wee tiny house, which we love because the kids have both gone now. Yeah, I think if that kind of hung off of there, this is way too big. Wondering if I can find a smaller one. Okay, so there it is. I went and took this one and shrunk it down. That looks like more of a usable size. So if that was on there, with a little bit of ribbon underneath it, looked like it was hanging, a bit like a Christmas tree. So then it gave me the idea that I would do another couple of ornate pieces. So let's move our little bit of poem, and maybe we could have another couple hanging here like this was one, and then another one up here like this. So it was a bit cute, like a bit like a Christmas tree. And then we'll have to get another piece of ribbon and maybe hang our little line of our poem up here like this. Oh, that's really cute. I like it. So let me just go around the edge of there, and I think I'll just do some squiggles in the background as well. I just got a green pen out because I think that will kind of match in with the green there on the bottle. So I'm just going to do some swirls in the background. Just random. Doesn't have to be anything. But I wanted to just have something that was around it that wasn't what was originally on the page, so that I had something that was what I'd done in the background, so that's fine. All right, let's get that glued down. I don't think I want to cut through it. Maybe I do. Maybe I want to cut these holes so that the ribbon goes through and looks like it's hanging on the branch. All right, let me get my cutting mat and try that, because that might be a better idea. Oh, where's my cutter? Here it is. So let me just cut through this one just slightly there, and this one here like that, and then this one up here, and then we said this one maybe up here, here. Let's try up here, just because it's higher. Let's see if they will work, having a little bit of ribbon poking through. I think it will work better. Let's make this a little bigger. And then this one a little bigger as well. Alright, let's try that. Move the mat out the way. Yeah, let's try that. And then our little bits of ribbon will go through. I think that will be better, look. And then the bits of ribbon come through and we've got our little things hanging like that. I think that looks better. Yep. Alright, so let's put our bits of ribbon through first. Like this. I think this one can actually be lower because of the bit of writing that's under there. That's good. And this one up here, could have cut them just a little bit longer, I think. Try and do it without the mat. Just cut up there a little bit. And this one. Just to give myself a little bit more room. This one, I'll do the same. There we go. Just so I've got a little bit more room to get the ribbon through. And then I can stick it down. Yeah, that's better, because then I can hang that straight down, which is what I want really, because things that hang from a tree don't hang on an angle, do they? Alright. And I need another piece of ribbon. That one's going to have to go on an angle by the look of it. And I need another piece of ribbon just to go on the other side. And it has to be a little short piece, so let's get a little short piece of ribbon and stick that in there like that. Yeah, I think that's going to work. I think I might have had it on the upper branch there. Yep, maybe I did. Alright, let's change it around. See if I can cut it carefully without using my mat. And I'll just stick the other one back down. You won't see it. The thing with journaling, hey, you're always changing stuff around. Never quite know how it's going to turn out. So we were talking today that we might go on a holiday. We might get ourselves across to Bali. We haven't been on a holiday since COVID and everything hit. Are you guys doing holidays, or what are you doing? It's hard, isn't it, to know what to do? Alright, so I think that will work with my 4 little pieces. And we've got all our elements, our glass jar and our herb. So let me get that stuck down. So I'm going to turn it over and we can see our bits there. So I was going to use a glue stick, but I think now I will use Mod Podge because I've got the bits of ribbon and I really want them to stick down. So let's get some Mod Podge on here and get these to stay in place. It's alright. So yeah, we were thinking of going to Bali. We used to go sort of regularly once every couple of years. And then the last holiday we had, we went back to the UK to see my husband's family, who all live in Scotland, because he's Scottish. And that was great, and I'm so glad we went because that was the end of 2019. And of course we came back in November 2019 and COVID hit February 2020. Well, here in Australia, started getting rumours about it. Didn't really hit, and we're in Western Australia, and I tell you, we were really lucky because our premier, that's like we have a premier of each state and we also have a prime minister. Anyway, so the premier of each state decided on what he was going to do. I think most of them were he's. I think there was one woman back then. Anyway, they decided what they were going to do with regards to COVID and how their state would manage it, etc. And we were very, very lucky because our state premier was awesome and really shut the state down, and we didn't really have, you know, a lot that we had to deal with COVID early on. We kind of got out of that for a couple of years, and then towards the end he had to open the state back up, and of course then we all got it. I mean, we didn't get COVID until April last year, I think we had COVID. So yeah, we're pretty sick, but everybody getting it, I guess. All right, so that stuck down. I don't like using matte medium as a rule on these thin papers because they do tend to bunch up a little bit, but I guess that kind of adds to it. So I'm going to stick down my little things. What did it say on the prompt? It had to be something ornate. So these are my ornate pieces, except for my poem, of course. Now, where's my little bag that I normally use to do my gluing on? Here it is. We don't want glue everywhere, do we? Alright, let's stick this one down here. There we go. And my big one. Right, here we go. Let's stick this one here. Alright, so that one can go there. Now, what do we think about the blue one here? Or the bigger one there? So it's hiding a lot of that words, and maybe the blue one up there. Oh, I think they look so cute. The other way around, let's try, just while we're here. No, that's too big. Alright, so that one has to go down the bottom. I wonder if that could go over the top of that one. Yeah, that looks quite cute. Let's do that on that one. And we'll just put a bit of glue underneath. Oh yeah, that looks actually nicer. But that one's nice because it's got the ornate bit across the top. I maybe could have stuck that one over the top. Let's have a look if it'll come up still. And move that down a bit. Oh yeah, look, that's better. Glad I caught that in time. Good. All right, and we've got our last one to hang up here. So let's just see. Does that need to be over the top? No, I think we'll put that one underneath. Right, okay. Make sure it's up the right way. Yes, that looks cute. I like it. Okay, that is all dry now, and I'm just going to try a little bit of gesso just around here, just to soften it off just a little bit, because as it's all dried, it is a little dark. So let me just put some gesso along here, just coming up onto the page as well, just a little bit, just so that I can still see I've got a background, but not as dark as it was. And I'll also try and fade this just around here, just there like that, just so that those words go into the background a little bit more. And if I don't like this when it's done, then I'll do something else over the top of it. So that's what to do. I do like gesso. You can sort of fade the edges of a picture like this, fade something that maybe is a little dark. But yeah, I like that. You want those words to fade out as well. And what it ends up looking like is sort of like a faded picture around the edges, you know. I really like that too. Yeah, that's a lot better. Just was a little dark around the edges where I'd gone crazy with the green pen. All right, let's let that dry, and then I think we're just about done. Okay, so we're all done. That's dried. I'm happy with how the gesso looks now over the top of the green. The green was a little too much. It actually went with the bottle, but it was too much in the end, so I've just toned it down, so I'm happy with how that looks now. So let's have a look at our prompts for the week. Something ornate. So we've got our little cameos. You are actually in my shop now, so you can use those to make snippets or whatever you like, really. A bottle or glass. So we've got the bottle here, the green bottle, and a herb or other fragrant plant. So we've got an olive branch coming out of that, which I've used as my fragrant plant. A line from a poem or song. So we've got this here, which means life without love, year without summer. It's a proverb apparently. And a piece of ribbon. We've got ribbons on the tops of all of our ornate little badges. And I didn't end up using the bonus, which was a label. So, thanks for joining me again this week. I really appreciate it. If you like my channel, I'd really appreciate you subscribing. If not, that's fine too. Glad you were here. Nice to meet you, and I'll see you all next week. Okay, bye-bye for now. See ya.